Do this and you'll get a body like Tom Hardy. What's up guys, I'm Brandon from GodBod, and this video is about how to get a body like Tom Hardy, specifically for his role in Venom. So we're gonna talk about a few things in this video, specifically the different types of training he did, his nutrition, and actually his training history as well. All of that kind of comes into play with how he prepared for the role and are things you should take into account if you want to emulate the same kind of body and body type. The first thing that's obvious about Tom Hardy in this new movie is that he's got some mass on him. Not like Bane mass, but like pretty sizable. So the type of training that specifically builds mass is called hypertrophy training. And this involves powerlifting moves like squatting, bench pressing, deadlifting, or bodybuilding moves that kind of tend to be with more isolation exercises. So in addition to mass building workouts, he also did athletic training. This helps him do all those fight moves to look good while doing those. It helps with balance, agility, coordination. All those things are necessary in a superhero type of role. For some types of athletic training that he's previously done and probably did for this role honestly too, includes plyometrics. Plyometrics is bodyweight moves that incorporates multiple muscles at once. Definitely working core, balance, all those things that you need in a superhero role. Another type of training he did heavily was boxing. Boxing works a lot of cardio, agility, or explosiveness. Endurance for sure is a huge factor. Not everyone has a boxing gym nearby or a boxing coach or even wants to do boxing. So any type of cardio related to that is fine too. Soccer, basketball. If you don't want to play a sport, high intensity interval training are great workouts you can do to recruit all of your body, get your heart rate up, get the blood flowing. That's really good too. As for how much Tom Hardy trained for the role of Venom, isn't really found online, but in previous movies, he stated that he would train 4 or 5 times a week. Some movies even 6 to 7.
It's like 2 hours boxing, 2 hours kickboxing, Muay Thai, then 2 hours choreography a day, and then 2 hours lifting every day.
However, he was definitely under a different timeline than you would be. He would have to transform his body within like 3 months or whatever constrained time he had to transform his body very quickly. I personally wouldn't recommend you try to transform your body so rapidly in a short amount of time. That demands so much time, such a different lifestyle than you'd be normally used to. You'd probably be more miserable than feeling accomplished. It's an intense lifestyle. As for ab training, you can pretty much work them out every single day, unless you do such a killer workout where the next day, it hurts to move and it hurts to touch and it just hurts to even do 1 rep of a sit-up. At that point, you should rest. But normally, since the abs recover pretty quickly, you can work them out pretty often. As for nutrition, Tom Hardy definitely ate a lot of calories every single day to get the mass he's at.
How'd you bulk up?
Fat, a lot of fat.
The rule of thumb is eating 500 to 700 calories a day in addition to the 2,000 recommended calorie intake if you want to gain 1 to 2 pounds per week. That's usually a healthy amount if you don't want to drastically change your lifestyle so much. As for how much protein you should eat every single day to build mass, the rule of thumb is 1.5 to 2 grams of protein for every kilogram that you weigh.
Why would we do that?
So convert your weight in pounds to kilograms and then multiply that by any number between 1.5 and 2, and that's the amount of grams of protein you should consume every day to build mass. You'll hear a lot that your body's maximum efficiency at absorbing protein is 20 grams per meal or at one sitting. That's a lie. The daily total gram intake of protein is more important than how much you eat at one meal. So don't even worry about if you're eating too much protein at once or too little. That's a lie. And ideally you're eating clean, so white meat, lean red meat, fish, tofu, a lot of greens, fruits, brown rice, quinoa, whatever it may be. Just make sure you're eating clean. That'll help you not only feel better but look better. So in terms of the number of exercises per workout, the number of sets per exercise, rep range per set, and rest times in between each set, you're looking around 6 to 8 exercises a workout with 3 to 5 sets per exercise, 8 to 12 reps per set, and about anywhere between 30 seconds and a minute and a half in between each set. Typically you can rest shorter if the exercises are more isolation based, like bicep curls or tricep kickbacks, and all those exercises you can find online. Each workout will include compound movements with heavy lifting. Heavy lifting is key for mass building. You're not gonna gain a lot of mass if you don't try to go heavy. Those compound exercises are usually done in the beginning of the workout when you have the most energy. It's hard to do a compound movement at the end of workout when you've exhausted so much of your energy for the workout. If you're a straight up beginner, you're probably gonna do 2 to 3 sets per exercise. Usually intermediate to advanced can go on to 3 to 5 sets per exercise.
I don't know.
There are also different types of training you can do in each set for a mass building workout. One example is a drop set. That's where you take a weight, do 8 to 12 reps with that weight. Then you right away take a lighter weight, do as many reps with that weight, also usually between 8 and 12, and that can go on for another however many drop sets you do. Each drop set is basically a lighter weight. 2 is normal, 3 is usually like the max. No one really goes into 4.
I'm feeling really sick.
You can also do supersets. Supersets are normally for people who want to also train some endurance aspect to the mass building workout. It usually comprises of doing 2 exercises back to back, working 2 different muscles. So for example, a superset would be 10 reps of bicep curls and 10 reps of tricep kickbacks. They're doing 2 different opposing muscles. You don't use your triceps when you're working your biceps, and vice versa.
You should be extremely afraid.
Biologically, you're gonna have less energy for the second exercise. So people will often alternate doing biceps first, and then for one superset, and triceps first for another superset. If there are other types of mass building workouts you want me to talk about, please let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to get back to you. Now that we've talked about his training and nutrition, let's go into his training history. It's important to talk about his training history because it definitely helped him prepare for this role. Usually the more trained you are, the better your muscles respond to exercise. And that allows you to transform your body a lot quicker than like an untrained person would. And we're bringing this up because Tom Hardy has all these years of training, so you shouldn't compare yourself to him. He's gained so many good habits in terms of nutrition and developing muscle memory on how to properly do exercises. Usually with a lot of beginners, it's hard for you to learn how to build that muscle memory connection and learning how to do all the exercise properly where you're working the muscles in the right way. So don't be discouraged if you're not getting results quickly. It's a learning process. You're developing habits in eating right and in learning how to do all these movements and working all the muscles in the right way, getting the right muscle memory connection. As long as you're consistent in your workouts, you're pushing yourself every single workout. Every workout, you're learning how to better do each exercise. You're gonna look good in no time. 2-3 months, you'll be looking really different. Half a year, you're gonna be looking really different. So again, don't compare yourself to Tom Hardy. Every time he had to bulk up or get really athletic looking, he would train 5 to 7 times a week for multiple hours a day. Not everyone has that kind of time. If you're working out 3 to 4 times a week for an hour session, that'll be plenty. Don't worry, before you know it, you'll have that transformed body and you look just like Tom Hardy. Alright guys, that's the video. Make sure you like and subscribe for more videos just like this and for more workout videos. Please comment down below what other information you want me to include in videos just like this and what other kind of videos you want me to make. See you guys next time. If you're working